Hey there, welcome to Pop Culture Cupid.
I'm Alison, love coach, here to help you single people find your way back to love.
And I'm Michal, I'm a single life coach. I help singles embrace themselves and their singleness, as well as develop a healthy self relationship.
In this podcast, we will look at how pop culture impacts romance, dating, and your love life.
And each week we'll shoot another arrow through another pop culture delusion.
I thought we weren't going to do the whole cheesy thing.
And then burst into smithereens.
Oh my god, dude, that's so cringe!
Sorry, it's in the intro now.
If you make it through the chaos and you enjoy what you hear, please leave a comment, like, subscribe, and go to all the social media.
At Pop Culture Cupid on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Enjoy! Hello, hello, hello.
Hey! So after half an hour of technical difficulty, how are you doing?
Or I'm good. I'm frustrated, but I'm good. I'm actually, I miss the days when those were my biggest troubles. When that was what, like, those kind of things that would concern me most. So may that be my biggest problem and biggest issue in life. So how about you? How are you doing?
Listen, I'm pretty tired. JT and Julia, so Julia slept over last night and
Ah, fun.
she's got chicken pox,
Ooh,
and it's just
wow.
she's only 3, so for the people tuning in, Julia is my boyfriend's daughter. Um and yeah, so she's only 3, and so she has chicken pox, and it's hellish. Poor baby. So we are on a low energy kind of just
Yeah.
yeah, but
Well,
it's
hmm?
all is good otherwise.
Yeah, hopefully we can lift each other up
Yes.
by talking about a lot of fun stuff.
I have one of my clients, the a guy that I coach, he's 28, and so he's never had a proper girlfriend. And so that's why he came to me, and I've been helping him for 7 months. And I usually say it takes about 6 months, more or less, just because, you want to heal all the things that need to be healing and anything. Anyway, yesterday he went on his third date with this girl, and he sent me 10 1-minute voice notes. And I was like, oh my God, I can't listen to them right now. And he wrote a text saying, it's all very good. I'm very excited. It went really well. So I'm very excited to listen to these voice notes of just him.
Yeah, but 10?
Yes,
Whew,
it's a lot,
whew.
but it's exciting for him. So I'm happy about that. I'm
No,
happy.
I know. But sometimes you need to learn how to contain your excitement. Well, I hope he's not sending her 10 messages in a row like that, because
Yeah,
that would like
it's what I
be no
told
a
him.
big no-no.
It's one of the things that I suggest to my clients, where I say, if ever you feel the need to write many messages to the person that you're dating, don't do it
Hmm.
to them, do it to me.
Yeah,
And this guy, I will probably listen to that. I'll just put, I'll fast forward the messages and I'll listen to them quickly. But
yeah.
more often than not, I don't even
Well,
respond. It's them needing to just,
to vent,
let it
yeah.
out.
Well,
Um,
thank God for the WhatsApp speed update where you
yes.
can speed up the audio. I'm like, I don't listen to anyone's audio on like one anymore, unless it's my nieces or nephew who send me a message via their parents, and then I'll listen to it multiple times on one.
Uh,
Yeah,
yeah, I don't.
but
Yeah, there's a select few that I listen to, speed 1. Otherwise, yeah, it's speed 2. So anyway, very exciting, very exciting.
yeah, that is exciting. It's fun to help someone on their journey to finding love, especially when it's their first time in a relationship.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's funny because when I started coaching and things, I was targeting women because I was thinking, girl power, and I'm a woman that went through a whole journey of
Yeah.
dating the wrong men. I thought I can help women, through this. And it just came about that after a while I realized that only men kind of gravitated towards me. and
Yeah.
and yeah, it was, so I just kind of started helping men more than I did women. I would love to help more women, but it's just men that needed it. And they were, you see that they have, the men that ask for help are men that are very, they're the real good guys, that they can feel that they're a
Hmm.
good guy, but they're not the victimized good guy of just, oh, I'm a good guy, I don't know what's going on. And they're not these overly arrogant, confident guys. They're just in this middle ground of, I want to be good, but I also want to show confidence, and I don't know how because blah blah blah. And so yeah, and so and so this guy is kind of the epitome of that. And it's, yeah, it was exciting to just kind of, I don't know if exciting is the right word, but interesting to just help him on his journey of realizing what he's been doing wrong and what he's been doing right and things like that. So it's,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
important to understand in your, because a lot of times we get lazy, or we don't feel like we're the ones in the wrong, or we don't feel like we want to change anything. But it's important to take time to understand in a process of any kind what we are. I don't know if wrong and right is the right term, but what we need to work on, what needs to be done better, what we need to change, what we need to remove completely. And I find it interesting that you're saying that mostly men were gravitating towards you. And I feel like that's something that has changed in the past few years, where, and I see it in the men in my life right now, where men are struggling more to find a woman than a woman is to find a man. And a lot of times women are discovering that they don't need men as much. So they're not as desperate anymore to find a man. And it is the men now who are sort of struggling to find relationships with women and to hold on to them.
Yeah, I would agree, and I would pick up on two things that you said. One thing about what is it that you're doing wrong and things like that. And I agree, it's not a matter of doing something wrong, but it's a matter of considering where you are today. So single,
Hmm.
in a relationship, going out a lot, whatever, and being honest with yourself about, are you happy in this situation? Are you happy
Yeah.
being single or with this person, or sleeping around or things like that, which there's nothing negative about any of it. It's just, what works for other people may not necessarily work for you. And so you may not be doing anything wrong, but if the
Hmm.
situation you are in is not good for you, then you want to be changing your behavior. And this is what, this is what this guy was doing, and it's what many people are doing. It's just like, oh, what am I doing wrong? Well, you're not doing anything wrong. There's
Yeah.
nothing fundamentally wrong, but let's just tweak some things. Let's just, for example, this guy, at the beginning we were talking about how often did he go out, how often did he spend time with other single people, so that you'd go out for drinks and things like that. And he'd be like, oh well, I go out. He was more often than not out doing stuff.
Hmm.
And it's like, but are you with single? And it took a while for him to admit to me that he would only be seeing the same group of people who would never want to be, who were single but did not want to be in relationships, or always did things with like only guys, and never went to go to places where there could be women. And he'd sign up for these various activities where there'd be only guys, and it's just, so it's not, you're not
Yeah.
doing that wrong. I mean, if you want to do it, it's great, but that's not helpful with meeting women. Um, and it's saying it now like this, it seems obvious, but when you're in it and kind of figuring everything out, and he's so adamant that that's not the wrong route, then it's difficult to kind of just pick it out. And because he would refuse to even talk about it, he would be like, no, no, that's not it. I want help with Tinder, and I want help with picking up women. He had this idea at a florist's where he was buying roses for Mother's Day, and the girl or woman selling flowers, he wanted to buy her a flower, and I said that's a great idea. You can just
Yeah.
ask her what her favorite flower is, and that's a great idea. But all of the other things he wasn't doing, in the best way. So anyway, it's observing what you're doing and seeing what works. And then you said something
Yeah.
about the men needing help. And I think it's because women have become so good about expressing their needs and expressing and being, very clear and in today's society, that men have not learned that. And I think that's the consequence.
Yeah. As well as, I think I've said this before, and I've said it a few times in different forms. I believe that men won't go and talk about their emotions and feelings and what they're going through with other men.
Yeah.
Most of them just don't do that. I don't want to generalize here, but most, let's say, heterosexual men won't talk about their feelings with their male guy friends.
Yeah.
And so they inherently need women for that emotional aspect. And usually they won't share their emotions with just any woman, maybe if it's a really close friend. So most of them, I think, rely on relationships to have that emotional outlet as well.
Yeah.
Whereas for a woman, many times I would prefer to talk to my best friend than my boyfriend. Not always, but there's certain things maybe. But in general, women feel more comfortable talking about their emotions
Yeah.
and feelings and what they're going through with their female friends. So they don't need that emotional outlet in a relationship. So I feel like that's the difference between men and women. And you